I'm your host this evening, and having recently appeared on the BBC version of University Challenge, I'm delighted to chair this event. This is being held as part of the St Anne's Community Week and Giving Day, of which you can find more info in the comments box below. That's referring to the email I'm reading and not a comments box that you have access to. However, just Google it. That's the great thing about modern technology. Just blooming Google it. Give generously, because we are here with a three-pronged attack. Firstly, to engage and enthuse the St Anne's alumni community, and I think we've succeeded in doing that. Secondly, to promote St Anne's as a place of excellence of teaching and research. That's just a given, because otherwise we wouldn't be here being so blooming clever. And thirdly, to highlight the importance of the money you provide to St Anne's College to support both that teaching and that research and that excellence. So the rules, for those who are not familiar with the rules of University Challenge, there'll be 4 question rounds, each with 8 questions, which are answered individually by panelists. Yes, that's correct, from their teams. They buzz in by saying their name, and within each round there are then 3 bonus questions available. They're worth 5 points. If panelists buzz before a question is finished and get it wrong, they are deducted 5 points. Throughout the challenge this evening, for those of you watching, do have a go at home and see what score you can get. Remember, this is all for a good cause, so please log on to the St Anne's website and donate if you can. Without further ado, I will introduce our panelists to say a few words about themselves. First, we have Roma.
Hi, my name is Roma Agrawal. I studied physics at St Anne's. I matriculated in 2001, and I am very gutted that the gatehouse doesn't exist anymore.
Yes, the past is myself, as I often say when walking through St Anne's. Next, we have Jackie. Hello, Jackie.
Hi, I'm Jackie, and I read law with Ruth Deach as my tutor, and I didn't become a lawyer, and that was in 1976, before you guys arrived.
And finally, oh no, we've got 2 more alumni. Adam.
Hi, I'm Adam. I matriculated in 2001 in English, and then I ended up reading PPE. I did become a lawyer. I lived in the gatehouse for a year, and my mum, unbeknownst to me, wrote a letter to Ruth Deach, who was the principal, saying what a dreadful place it was to live, and I can't believe that my son's gone to Oxford and he's living in this place. And I found that out 10 years later. But obviously, she wrote a very polite response saying, bugger off.
And finally, the captain of the alumni team, Gergen.
Hi everyone, my name is Gagan Krona. I matriculated in 2017 studying physics. If I end up answering for the current student team, it's because I'm still confused and forget that I'm no longer a student. But I'm looking forward to the festivities.
I also forget that I'm no longer a student, Gergen, and I ceased being a student at St Anne's some couple of years ago. And now from the student team, Vivian and Elsie.
Hello, I'm Vivian. I'm the JSL president. I read law and I am still a student, so excited.
Hi, I'm Elsie. I matriculated in 2020 and I study ancient and modern history.
Great stuff. And next up, Ewan.
Hello, I'm Ewan. I study English and I'm terrified of any possible science question.
Well, don't you worry, because the questions to this quiz are amongst some of the easiest questions I've ever seen in my entire life. So you're not going to struggle. Charles.
Hi, I'm Charlie. I'm studying classics and I matriculated this year in 2021.
Lovely stuff. Well done to you. Well, I think I can now finally close down my, I can't actually close my emails because so you're going to keep hearing email notifications. But if you just bear with me 1 second, I'm just going to save the documents onto my desktop live. This, I believe, is a University Challenge first, whereby the host is able to save documents onto his desktop enabling him. Yes, he's got there to close down his email client. And I think now we can begin the quiz. Okay, folks, your first starter question is, what's the capital of Turkey?
Biz, Buzz.
I think that was Vivian.
Istanbul.
No.
It's not Istanbul. I'm afraid you are
Jackie.
frozen out. Jackie.
Ankara.
It is Ankara. That's 10 points to the alumni team. Istanbul is the largest city and the financial centre, but it's not the capital. Think a Canberra/Melbourne situation. That's what you got on your hands here. Right. So the alumni get 3 questions for 5 points each on geography. And you can confer on this, I think. Yeah. Can you give me the names of 3 of the 7 emirates of the United Arab Emirates?
Oman.
No.
Oh,
No.
whoa.
That's not our final answer.
Okay. Give you a bit of dispensation there. Roma, you did put your hand up.
Yeah, so it's Sharjah, Ras Al Khaimah, and Dubai.
Yes, that's 3 of the 7. Well done. So 5 points to you. What is the largest coastal city in Egypt? And it's named after a Greek king.
Alexandria.
Correct. And finally, what is the name of the island located in the Mediterranean off the coast of Turkey, Lebanon, and Syria?
So is it, this is not my answer, John. Is it Cyprus team?
Yeah, that will be it. Yeah.
Okay, we'll go for Cyprus then.
And you'd be absolutely correct. It's 100% so far for the alumni. 3 questions right there. Your next starter for 10. What 5-letter word can mean deep silence or tranquility, a print of one of the frames of a film, and an apparatus for the production of spirituous liquors? Say your name, mate.
Charlie.
There you go.
Still.
Yes, it is still correct. So you get 3 questions to the students on rugby. In which year was the first Rugby World Cup held?
Well, I don't know. Does anyone else know?
I've got no clue.
No.
My dad would disappointed me.
Like 1900 and something, like
Really?
Like
Like 2002.
no, Viv.
What?
Like 1910.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's not 1910. It's actually 1987. Next up, how many players are there in a rugby union team?
Oh, that's 15, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
15.
Correct. And name the 6 nations who take part in the Six Nations tournament.
France, Italy, Scotland, Ireland, England, Wales.
Yeah, got it in 1. Nailed it. That's correct. So we get another starter for 10. Which Marcel Proust novel does the Guinness World Records recognize
Ewan.
as the longest ever? Yes.
Ewan, In Search of Lost Time.
It's not. You lose 5 points. I can finish the question. Which Marcel Proust novel is recognized by Guinness for being the longest ever written?
No idea. Anyone?
I'm afraid it's The Remembrance of Things Past.
I think that's another oh, duh.
Hey, I can Google it if you want me to.
Yes, please.
I think you could be kicked off your English course for not knowing the answer to that, maybe.
I know it written is In Search of Lost Time, and it means the same thing.
Do you know what? You're absolutely right. It's 10 points. So again, it's another university challenge for us. You don't often see Paxman Googling in the studio. So you win 3 questions about phobias. Question 1, what is emetophobia a fear of?
Emetophobia.
E-M-E-T-O.
Is emetic? Does emetic mean something to anyone?
Not to me. I know it's like from Greek and stuff, but
Yeah, I should know this.
Yeah.
yeah, come on, Charlie.
I'm going to have to hurry you.
Fear of sponges.
It's not. It's a fear of being sick.
Okay.
Obviously an emetic would make you feel sick. What is astrophobia a fear of?
This is conferring. Is that fear of like space or like the stars?
I feel like that might be a trick question, but I don't really have a better answer.
Yeah, should we say fear of space then?
Okay.
Unless we've got something else.
Fear of space. Our final answer.
It's a fear of thunder and lightning.
Oh.
And finally, what is octophobia a fear of? Octophobia.
Well, again, I feel like there's an obvious answer for this, but I'm not sure if it's
Fear
there.
of goddess.
I think the number 8 or something like that was what I would go for.
But then doesn't that mean like it's not arachnophobia, so it's actually a fear of like octopi?
Octopodes.
I don't think it's going to be a fear of the number 8.
I
You never know.
I'm going to have to hurry you for an answer, please.
Okay, what are we going for?
Octopi?
Pardon?
Octopi?
Okay, fear of octopus. The animal.
Oh, you've got to listen to Charles. It's a fear of the number 8.
Oh,
That's a thing?
It is a thing. Be afraid of anything. Wait till you get a bit older. Next question. Where were the 1992 Olympics held?
Adam, Barcelona.
Correct. Adam, you win your team 3 questions on Oxford University mottos. Hope we've all been studying our Oxford University mottos, as I do every day before a flag depicting Oxford, Queen Elizabeth, and the Union Jack. What is the St Anne's College motto? Ooh, be embarrassing to get that one wrong, wouldn't it? On Giving
Literally
Day.
no idea. What does it say on your scarves?
Isn't it the one that's on the outside of the library?
Doesn't say.
It's that triple thing on the outside of the library. Who's been staring up?
It's something etodacta. It's something etodacta. It's
Something boldly. Oh, God. Names too.
I don't know.
I'm going to have to press you for an answer, I'm afraid.
Take a guess, Gagan.
No idea.
It's a 3-parter, and it's something do this way, and this way, and this way. But
etodacta, something like that.
What? Sorry.
Consultant or no, it's not consultant. It's consulto etodacta or something like that.
He's got there in the end.
Yeah, well done.
And in Latin, so you get a bonus point.
well done.
There are only 2 Oxford colleges to have a motto in English. Name one.
Wadham.
He's gone straight in there, and I'm afraid no.
Right.
So,
We're
Thank
allowed
you for
to
muting
confer.
before
We're allowed
swearing.
to confer.
Yeah, let's make use of that conferring time. You could have had New College or Lineker. And finally, what is the Oxford University motto?
This conferring is like Dominus et Illumati or something like that, something along those lines.
So not live long and prosper. That was a joke. Go with what you've got, Gagan.
No, I can't. It's there's a Dominus in it somewhere, I think. I can't remember the rest of it. Dominus Illumati or something like that, something along those lines.
I'm afraid I can't give you that, being strict. You're in the right ballpark. It's Dominus Illuminatio Mea. The Lord is my light.
Very close.
It is very close, but it ain't no cigar. Next up, you have another starter for 10. Which was the first James Bond film to feature Daniel Craig?
Ewan.
Elsie. Oh.
That was Ewan.
Casino Royale.
Correct. Well done. You get 3 questions on Bond villains. First question. In Moonraker and The Spy Who Loved Me, what was the name of the actor who played Jaws, the villain with a row of metal teeth?
Oh,
I believe
I know his first name is
I believe
Richard.
it was Richard Keel.
Yes, that's correct.
That is correct. Second question. What is the full name? And I want the full name, including beginning, middle, and end name, of the James Bond villain who was repeatedly seen on screen stroking a cat.
Ernst Stavro Blofeld.
Correct. And finally, in GoldenEye, which British actor played the villain Alec Trevelyan?
Sean Bean.
It's 3 out of 3 on Bond villains. Well done, folks. Your next starter for 10. The animated series South Park is set in which US state?
Adam, Colorado.
Correct. Boom. Adam, you and your team members' questions, sorry, I've got so many bits of paper here, are on US TV series.
Oh no.
Question 1, how many series of the hit US TV show Friends are there?
It's 10, isn't it?
Let's consult.
I think
Is it
it's
10 or
10.
Or wasn't it 6?
No, it's not 6.
It definitely wasn't 6.
I think it's more than 6.
I think
It's-
9 came into my head, but very
9.
happy to go with 10.
I think it's 10, but yeah.
Let's go with 10. Let's go with 10.
You see, you're the surest. So should we get Jackie any thoughts?
I certainly think more than 6. 10 sounds good
Okay.
to me.
We'll
All
go
right,
with
let's
10.
go for 10.
It is 10, you're right.
Yes.
In 2022, a reboot of American TV show Sex and the City was called what?
Just like that.
Correct. And what is the name of the main character in the US TV series The Office, whose UK equivalent, David Brent, was played by Ricky Gervais?
Oh, what's Steve Carell's name?
I think it's Michael something. Michael.
I don't know this.
Come on, guys, it's probably the greatest sitcom ever made.
Is
No,
it?
it isn't.
Is it?
I think it probably is.
Is it?
I've watched it all the way through 5 times. I'm
Make
afraid.
it up.
I don't know.
No, it was Michael Scott. Next starter question. Who was the Prime Minister? Who was the first Prime Minister, sorry, of Queen Elizabeth II's reign?
Oh, Elsie.
Elsie.
Winston Churchill.
It was Winston Churchill. That wins you some questions on British Prime Ministers.
Yay.
Who was the youngest British Prime Minister when elected to office?
I think it's Pitt the
William.
Younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, William Pitt the Younger.
It is Pitt the Younger, you're quite right. Second up, which British Prime Minister was in office during the start of the First World War?
But that was Asquith.
Was it not wait, First World War, sorry.
It was definitely Asquith.
Correct. And who was the only Jewish Prime Minister of the United Kingdom?
That's Disraeli.
Yeah.
Benjamin
You
Disraeli.
guys know your PMs. Yeah, that's correct. Final starter for question for this round. The current head of NHS England is an alumna of St Anne's. What's her name?
Charlie.
Yep,
Amanda Pritchard.
it absolutely is. That wins you 3 questions on St Anne's College, Oxford. And if you don't get them all right, you are going to be rusticated. First question. By what name was St Anne's College originally known in 1879?
The Society of Home Students.
Very good. I would never have known that in a billion years. Question 2. Who originally owned the college's coat of arms?
Oh, is it Eleanor Plummer? Or...
I think so.
I think it's Eleanor Plummer.
How do you know this stuff? That's correct. And finally, St John's, Somerville, Balliol, Wolfson and St Anne's are the only Oxford colleges to have a what?
Oh, a cafe?
I think John's had a cafe.
Oh, no, John's has a cafe. I've been in it.
John's probably has a cafe, I reckon.
Yeah, they've got loads of money. They've got a cafe.
Somerville, Wolfson. You have nothing college at Wolfson.
I don't know. I thought, well, what else do we have that's like unique to Anne's and no other college will have?
We have quite a big like MCR appropriate. That's the only thing.
And then what else
But that's weird.
I'm gonna have to hurry you folks.
Cats.
Can I say cafe?
You can say cafe, but it would be very, very wrong. The correct answer is a nursery.
Oh.
which is kind of insane when you think about it. Okay, so that's the end of the first round. We head over to our adjudicator, Jason, for the scores. Very well played, folks.
Very much. So the alumni team are on 50 points and the student team are on 95 points.
Wow. So 50 for the alumni, 95 for the students. It's all to play for. Here is your first starter question of this round. In Mike Myers' film Austin Powers, what is Dr. Evil's cat's name?
Ewan.
Hello, Ewan. Yes.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
Correct.
Yes,
You win 3 questions on board games. The game Scrabble was not initially called Scrabble. What was one of its former names?
no idea.
Any
Wordle.
guesses?
I'm joking.
I think it was Wordle.
Any
Do you think
clue?
it- Sorry?
Any idea?
Do you think it could have been called like Word Scramble or something like that?
Probably, maybe.
Probably,
Yeah.
Possibly.
Should we
just
just
say
go
that?
with that then?
Yeah,
Like word scramble.
Scrabble
I'm
word.
afraid no, it was Lexico or crisscross words.
Oh,
Next up, there are 26 properties on a standard Monopoly board. But how many squares are there?
oh, 26 plus the 4 in the corners, plus like community chest and chance. I don't know. It must be in the 30s, surely.
Yeah, wait, there's the prison,
Oh, and then prison
there's
as well.
jail, then there's go.
Yeah, it could be 30.
I
Oh,
think the
there's the 2 taxes. That's 34. And
You've got to come up with a number, guys.
I think we should go for like 38.
I think
I-
it's more than
40.
I
I don't think it's more than 40.
I need a number.
Charlie, do you have one?
Yeah.
Just say whatever you think. to know.
34.
It's 40, I'm afraid.
Oh, sorry, guys.
And
Sorry.
finally, specific to pawns, what is the only move in chess where the capturing piece does not come to rest on the same square as its victim inhabited?
Oh,
Ooh. Oh, I haven't played chess in ages.
Wait, it
I
does
guess
not
so.
occupy the space.
No, like, isn't it? It will take the whatever piece it is and then move back to its original space. I think. That's
Well,
what-
that's not exactly what I said, but you've got the main gist. When the piece is taken, the taking piece does not come to rest in the square of the
I have no
taken
idea.
piece.
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Should I just say,
Okay.
like, yeah,
It's-
castle.
No,
No,
it's
knight.
It's en passant. Next up, we have another starter for 10. What is the most universally played sport in the world?
Charlie.
Charlie, yeah.
Football.
Correct, it is football. Your starter questions are on paintings. First up, well, paintings, art, I think. Which British artist created the work My Bed?
It's Tracy Emin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Correct. The most visited painting in the Louvre is the Mona Lisa. Who painted her?
Leonardo da
Leonardo da
Vinci.
Vinci.
That's
Yeah, I know.
the-
Duh. And finally, which artist painted a picture, A Bigger Splash, currently on display in the Tate?
Ooh,
Oh, begins with an H.
Hockney.
David
Yes.
Hockney.
Yeah, David.
It is David Hockney, you're quite right. Your next starter question. The London Underground Station monument is named after the monument that stands outside. But what is the monument commemorating?
Oh.
Adam, the Great Fire of London.
It was Adam.
think
That was
I'm-
Adam. It was the Great Fire of London. Well done. You get 3 questions, guys. You're first in a while, so let's make these count. Your questions are on decades. First up, in which decade was Gone with the Wind released? Both the book and the film.
Is it the
40s?
1920s?
No, not 20s. It was a colour film.
I think it's
Can't have
I
been
think it's the
20s.
40s.
I think it's the
Gone with the
40s.
Go with that.
I'm afraid it was the 30s.
Oh,
Ugh.
Unlucky, guys. In which decade was the Suez Canal opened?
50s.
50s.
Maybe. I don't know. No, the Suez Crisis was the 50s. But the
Well, it
Suez-
must have
the
been
Suez
opened
Canal-
by then, so I don't think
Yeah.
it was the 40s because that was in the middle of the war.
20s or 30s.
No idea.
I think it was from. Should we go with the 30s? Maybe the 20s.
Guys, you've got to just
Go for
name a decade.
30s.
You know when it is, the 1860s.
Oh, miles off.
And finally, in which decade was the Wall Street crash?
20s.
29.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely bang on. It was the 20s. Well done. Your next starter question. In which year did Queen Victoria die?
Elsie.
That was Elsie, yes?
1901.
It was 1901. Very good. You get 3 starter questions on women's suffrage. Question 1. Who founded the Women's Social and Political Union, also known as the Women's Suffragettes?
Emmeline Pankhurst.
I think that was Christine Pankhurst, wasn't it? Or was it
Oh.
Christabel Christine?
I think Christabel is Emmeline's daughter.
I defer to you then.
Emmeline Pankhurst.
Yeah.
Correct. It was. In 1893, which country was the first to enact women's suffrage?
New Zealand.
Yeah.
Correct. And finally, in what year did the Representation of Peoples Act come into effect to allow women over the age of 30 the right to vote in the UK?
It's 1918, right?
Yeah.
You know your onions, guys. That's correct. Good job. The next question is not about onions, though that would have been quite interesting. Start of a 10. In what year were male students first admitted to St Anne's College?
Jackie.
Yes, Jackie.
It was Michaelmas 1979.
Correct. That gives you 3 questions on chocolate snacks. First up, which country in the world produces the most cocoa?
Colombia, maybe.
It could be Gold Coast, but it might be South America somewhere.
I was going to say Mexico, but just because that's where chocolate originated, but that's not.
I reckon Colombia. I would go Colombia.
Okay, go for that.
I'm afraid you hadn't mentioned it. It's the Ivory Coast. It's
Ivory Coast.
Côte d'Ivoire. What is in the centre of a Ferrero Rocher?
A hazelnut.
Correct. And finally, which British company in 1847 invented the first edible chocolate, as opposed to its
Cadbury?
original liquid form?
Must be Cadbury's, right? Cadbury's has been around for ages.
Yeah, probably Cadbury's.
Are you going with Cadbury's, guys?
Yeah.
It's Fry and Sons.
Oh, it's Fry's Turkish Delight. Yes.
Next starter question.
Oh, wait, sorry. Can we just pause? Viv she's just run to got her laptop charger. Can we wait for just like 2 minutes? Sorry.
Not a problem.
If you lose 2 team members, that's just too bad.
We can talk about the hot topics of gossip amongst the St Anne's student at the minute. Guys, what's going down?
Yeah. 1 minute, they've got four members, yeah, but they're cleverer than us. So can we maybe carry on with them with 3?
They're not just cleverer. They're more nimble, aren't they, Adam?
Yeah, they're nimbler and clever, exactly. So I'd actually like them to lose another contestant, please,
Yeah.
so we can carry on in some sort of parity.
Everything's on the surface, and I've got to delve right back.
Yeah.
It's true, because the older you get, the more facts you have in your head. So the longer it takes to find the correct fact.
Yes, so we're cleverer. I don't get it.
While Vivian is getting, sorry to interrupt you, John. While Vivian's getting her laptop charger, could I just make a short announcement about Giving Day and Community Week?
Yes, please.
Brilliant, thank you. So just to say that Giving Day finishes at 8 p.m. tonight, so there's not long left, 21 minutes. We are just short of £2,000 of reaching our £200,000 target. If anybody can help us beat last year's record and smash a new record of over £200,000, would be incredibly grateful. I posted the link in the chat. This is supporting current and future St Anne's students with hardship, for teaching, welfare support, as well as our outreach and access programs. Anything you can give, could help reach this fantastic milestone. Thank you.
A superb message from Jason there.
Jason, Jason,
Yes.
I cannot technically do a quiz, think, and pledge at the same time. Can I make a verbal pledge?
You can, Jackie. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
folks.
don't know how much.
Would you like to make it live on air in front of everyone?
Okay, I'll pledge £25.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Incredible.
Jackie.
We should put that up on a big totalizer. I can do that actually. There we go, folks. So far, we're at 25 quid.
Points?
Yeah, maybe you can swap points for pounds at the end.
I don't think we're going to have enough points to swap.
We can pledge pounds for points. That might be the only way we beat these guys. I'll be honest.
Okay, we're ready for our next starter for 10. What kind of beans are Heinz baked beans?
Jackie,
yes.
haricot.
They are haricot beans. Correct. That gives you 3 questions on not on beans. On it's sort of. I'll just read the questions.
Okay.
Which is the highest number? Yards in a mile or meters in a mile?
Yards.
It must be yards.
Yards, yeah.
It's correct. It is yards. Which is the highest number? The number of British prime ministers who went to Oxford or pieces on a chessboard?
There'll be less than 64 British prime ministers that went to Oxford, surely. If not, I'm worried about.
Yeah,
social.
I think I agree.
Must be, yeah, I think so.
I mean, we basically
Chessboard.
are worried about social mobility, and because they did all go under Oxford PPEs, but yeah, I mean, 64 sounds a lot. So
64 is quite a lot since.
Oh, hold on, are
18
there
something.
64? Are there
17.
64 pieces on a chessboard?
It's pieces. That makes a difference.
Here we
shout.
go. Now
It's
the
32,
cogs
isn't
begin
it?
to whir a little bit faster.
There's
Must be
about
32.
It's
32 pieces. Yeah.
I would go with prime ministers.
That's a lot. That's still a lot.
So
Yeah,
how
it's
many
still a
pieces
lot.
on a chessboard?
32.
32, we think. I don't think there's been 32 prime ministers who went to Oxford, but I don't know, maybe. A lot of them did.
Could be.
Surely it's the pieces.
Okay,
It's the
go for chess
So,
pieces.
should we say there's more chess pieces than prime ministers?
Yeah.
chess pieces.
Okay.
We can't hear you,
you're-
John.
you're
We've
Absolutely
lost- we've
correct.
lost John.
32 chess pieces and 28 Oxford prime ministers.
Oh, it's close.
And finally, which is the highest number? The number of Oxford colleges or the number of Cambridge colleges?
Oxford has more colleges, doesn't it? It's like 39 Oxford versus like 32 or something for Cambridge. I'm not sure though if anyone has.
Go for Oxford.
You're
Oxford.
bang right. It is Oxford with 39 to Cambridge's 31. Our next starter for 10. What is the official name of the new library building at St Anne's, opened in 2017? I think that was Elsie.
The Tim Garden building.
It is the Tim Garden building.
What
Lovely stuff. That gives you 3 questions on music. First off, what was the title of Coldplay's first single?
Oh, is that Yellow? I don't
Is
know.
it Yellow? Was the scientist after Yellow?
I don't know. I'm not a Coldplay person.
I'm so happy right now at how young you are.
But what's all going Yellow or the Scientist?
I feel like Go Yellow.
Okay, Yellow.
It's not Yellow, it's Violet Hill.
I've not even heard of that.
Next, who is the best-selling female musician of all time?
I think, is that Taylor Swift, I think?
It might be
That could
Taylor
be
Swift. I think
or it could
she.
be like Beyonce. or
It could be
something.
Beyonce.
I think Taylor Swift
Or
is the
it's like
highest.
Madonna, maybe.
Oh, it could be.
I think it is Taylor Swift.
Okay, I'm Taylor Swift. Go, Charlie.
Oh, the folly of youth. It's Madonna.
Yeah, of course it's Madonna.
And finally, in 1993, Mr. Blobby received a Christmas #1 with a song titled what?
Oh God, I remember. I don't know what the song's
Mr.
called.
Who?
Mr. Blobby, like the big horrible pink thing. It was like he's awful. It's like a
He's
nightmare.
horrifying.
He's awful. I don't know what the name of the song is, but maybe the song is just called like Mr. Blobby or something. I don't know.
I wish you a blobby Christmas. I don't.
That's good.
We wish you a blobby Christmas by Mr. Blobby.
You should have trusted your instincts. It was Mr. Blobby.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Not only is he terrifying, he's also uncreative.
Yeah.
Your final starter question for 10 in this round. Which director's films include Lost Highway and The Straight Story?
Ewan.
Yes, Ewan.
David Lynch.
Correct. It was David Lynch. It is David Lynch. For that, you get... Sorry, I'm running out of questions here. For that, you get 3 questions on Tudor history.
Oh, okay.
Queen Elizabeth I was born where?
Oh, I don't know, like London somewhere.
What's that? I want to say
I must say
Richmond.
like Greenwich or Richmond or something like that.
I want to say Richmond.
Richmond. Okay, we'll go you, Charlie. Richmond.
I'm afraid it was Greenwich Palace.
Sorry.
The same place as Henry VIII.
What was the name of Queen Elizabeth I's mother?
Oh, that's Anne Boleyn.
Anne Boleyn, yeah.
Correct. And Henry VIII's only wife to bear him a son was who?
Jane
Seymour.
Seymour.
Correct. Goodness me, you're clevers. You're clever. You're clever. Right. Oh, that's the end of the round, Jason.
Thank you. So on that round, the alums got another 50 points, so 100 so far, and the students got 90. So they're on 185 so far.
Okay, 100 plays 185. Can the alumni turn this round? And can you, the viewer, donate £2,000 to get St Anne's to beat its record ever Giving Day amount? I'm going to start you with your first starter for 10 in the final round. What species are the tallest trees in the world?
Roma.
That was Roma and or Jackie.
Jackie.
I'll go Jackie.
Sequoia redwoods.
Yes, I'll give you that. The redwoods, absolutely. So you get 3 questions on famous Davids.
Oh.
Don't know if you can tell, we got slightly out of sync on these questions here. That's my fault. Question 1, in the Canadian television series Schitt's Creek, apologies for the language, what is the first and last name of the character played by Dan Levy?
It's David. Oh my God. I am deeply apologetic, having seen this series 3 times all the way through, that I can't think of his last name.
I'm going to need an answer. Is it a pass from you?
I think it's going to have to be.
It's David Rose. In the Bible, what is the name of the woman who gave birth to King David's son Solomon?
No,
Is it Bathsheba?
Bathsheba.
It is Bathsheba or Bathsheba, correct. And
Oh, damn it.
David Bowie had a condition called anisocoria. Which part of the body did it affect?
Ooh, could it have been his leg? Did he? I don't know. any thoughts? I've got a feeling that he had something as a child, that this may have been one of his limbs, but I may be making that up.
I mean, could it be spine? Was there like a, I don't know.
Or maybe spine. Is there something in the name that we can guess?
Anisocoria, Anisocoria.
Scoria.
It does sound a bit spiny, doesn't it?
Because
spiny.
Yeah, let's
It
go with
does sound
spine.
spiny.
Should we go for spine?
Fine.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not his spine, no, it's his eyes. It's why he had one eye, a different colour to the other, because one pupil was bigger than the other. That was your final question on famous Davids. Your next starter for 10, everyone. Queen Mary I belonged to which English family house?
Charlie.
Charlie?
Tudor.
She was a Tudor, that's correct. Your questions are on numbers. How many UK public holidays are there traditionally each year?
What is it? It's a public holiday. It's a bank holiday.
Oh, there's
Excuse
the
me,
May.
There's two in May, like the Queen's birthday.
Oh, the youth.
3.
I think it must be like 5. Charlie, or you, do you know?
No.
You're going to need an answer, folks.
8.
Is that your answer?
I guess so.
You're correct, it is 8.
Oh, what, Charlie?
In the Bible, how many plagues of Egypt were there?
Oh, was it like 7?
There were 10, I thought.
Oh, I thought 7 was like a number in the Bible.
It is generally a number in the Bible, but I'm pretty sure it's the 10 plagues.
Okay. 10 then.
Correct, it is 10. And in Scrabble, which is the only letter worth 5 points?
Is it X?
Yeah, it's going to be X, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's not X. I think
It's not?
no.
Q?
No, Q's more. I think. I swear that like 8. I think.
Come on, guys.
Should we say Z or something?
Yeah.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to hurry you guys.
W.
It's not W, it's K.
Oh.
You get another starter for 10. How many days are there in a leap year?
Roma.
Adam.
That was Roma. Yes, Roma.
366.
Correct. It is 366. You get 3 questions on musical theatre. What's the name of the man-eating plant in the musical Little Shop of Horrors?
No clues, sorry folks.
I know they have that Monster Mash. Is it Monster Mash song that they've got, but I don't know any. Is it Rocky?
It's a female name. I'm
going to have to hurry you folks because we're reaching the end of the giving day.
Should we pass, Adam?
Adam.
Yeah, go on.
It's Audrey 2.
Audrey.
The musical Cats is based on the poetry of which poet?
T.S. Eliot.
Correct. And Tracy Turnblad and Link Larkin are characters in which film turned stage musical?
Is it Can you repeat the names, please?
Yes, Tracy Turnblad and Link Larkin.
Is it Carousel?
No idea.
No idea.
Go for that.
It's not Carousel, it's Hairspray.
Oh, of course it is.
Next up, The Time Warp is a song taken from which musical?
Ewan.
Yes, Ewan.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Correct, it is. And your 3 questions are on geographical locations. First question, which 2 countries are the only to begin with a letter A, but not end with a letter A?
Afghanistan, yeah, that's okay. Afghanistan and Azerbaijan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Afghanistan and Azerbaijan?
Correctamundo. Next up, in which 2 countries is the Gobi Desert located?
China and Mongolia.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, yeah, go that way.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. It is China and Mongolia. And finally, which country has the most islands in the world?
Is that Canada?
It sounds like Canada, yeah.
It's not Canada, it's Sweden. Remarkable. Fun fact.
I thought it was Indonesia. Sorry.
Wait, you just can't beat facts. Next up, fictional character Draculated. Oh my goodness me, John. The fictional character Dracula originated from Transylvania, which is in which
Charlie.
European country?
Romania.
Charlie, yes.
Romania.
It is Romania, that's correct. you have 3 questions on famous speeches.
Ooh.
We must leave exactly on time. From now, everything must function to perfection. Whose words were these, spoken to a station master and quoted in 1939?
It's like Chamberlain or Hitler or something like that. I don't know.
So like,
I don't want that to be Hitler, but it sounds like it could be.
There's certainly some of the big players in 1939, but who are you going to go for?
Oh, it could also be
no, I don't think it's going to be Churchill in 1939.
He was still.
I'm not sure.
I would guess Chamberlain, but I think it's going to be somebody completely different if they're being quoted.
Would you go with Chamberlain?
It was Mussolini,
Oh,
which is why they always say the trains run on time. Though Tony Blair felt that now wasn't the time for sound bites, what did he feel on his shoulder?
Oh, it's like the heavy hand of history or something.
Yeah.
Like history, the hand of history.
It was the hand of history, correct. And finally, Queen Elizabeth I famously quoted a speech to troops that she had the body of a weak and feeble woman, but I have the heart and stomach of what?
An Englishman.
A king and a king of England too.
Oh, fuck.
He's got it on the nose. It's a king and a king of England too. Your next starter for 10. What is the name of the head chef at St Anne's College?
Vivian. Ben Gibbons?
It is Ben Gibbons. Very good knowledge. You win 3 questions on the British rock band Queen.
Oh.
Question 1. Who was Queen's bassist until 1997?
Roger Deacon.
Oh my dear.
John Deacon.
Oh my dear.
Bassist.
I have to take your first answer, and I'm afraid it's John Deacon, and he's on my blooming t-shirt, mate. There he is. Roger Deakins is a DOP. Question 2. Name either of the 2 US #1 singles Queen had before Freddie Mercury's death.
Oh, probably like We Will Rock You or like Under Pressure with David Bowie or something like that. I don't actually know.
This is Broken Britain live.
I'm really sorry. I'm sorry, John. I'd like to apologise to Queen and the actual Queen.
Remarkably, there was actually a section on Queen that I didn't write.
I was going to say, this is such a John round.
No, I just had to rewrite it because the questions were too easy.
Okay,
you could...
Sorry.
What are you going for, sorry?
We Will Rock You.
No, you could have had Another One Bites the Dust or Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Back to back. No, they weren't back to back. I take that back to back. In what year was the Live Aid concert at which Queen performed?
Oh, 82.
I want to say 81, but I'm not sure.
Oh, Viv's saying
87.
Oh.
I think it might be late 80s actually, so I think we might be better off with 87.
Okay, because it's like
I'm not sure.
I'm going to need a year, folks.
1987.
It's 1985.
Oh, right.
You didn't get any questions on Queen right.
I'm really sorry.
Almost got the John Deacon one.
You almost did. You almost did. Okay, this is your final starter for... Oh, no. There's another round after this. Bloomin' heck. This is going to run late. Which famous author born in Dublin, whose first name is the type of purple flower, is a founding fellow of St Anne's College, Oxford?
Iris Murdoch. Charlie.
Could we say our names, please, Charlie?
Yes, I haven't changed my name.
Charlie, yes, it is Iris Murdoch. Correct. Oh. You've got 3 questions on towers. Which structure begun in 1173 was the third and final structure of its city's cathedral complex?
That's the Leaning Tower of Pisa, I think, isn't it?
It absolutely blooming well is, Charlie. Well done to you. What's the name of the tallest building in the world?
Burj Khalifa.
Correct. And what's the name of the tower that houses Big Ben?
The Elizabeth Tower.
I'll give you that. It's the Queen Elizabeth Tower. Yes, very good. That was the end of round 3. We head over to Jason. Jason, do you think shall we call that the final round, or do you want to proceed with round 4 as well after you've given us the scores?
I think perhaps as we have overrun. Oh, shall we do round 4? Is everybody? Let's have a consensus. Everyone happy to do round 4?
Tell us the scores first.
I think it should be. I think it should be triple points. Round 4. Just give us oldies a chance.
The alums are on 125 and the students 275.
I think we should end it tonight. I'm kind of tired.
So is that a lead of 150 points, Jason?
That is correct.
A lead of 150 points. It's technically, is it technically doable? We just don't know. What do you want to do, guys? Do you want to do another round?
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah.
We could do a winner takes all round.
No, Charlie.
No,
Oh,
why?
I think that's
That's so kind of you to suggest.
I think that's what people have come here to see, actually. So it is now officially a winner takes all round. The winner of this round wins the whole quiz, and that's the real quiz. So, first starter question in this all-important winner takes all round. What's the name of a baby goose?
Charlie.
Jackie.
It was Charlie by a nose.
Gosling.
It is a gosling. Well done, Charlie. I think you really had to get that right. Right. Your starter questions are on fashion designers.
Oh.
What is the name of the French fashion designer who has strong connections with the Moroccan city of Marrakesh?
No idea. Does anyone else know?
Balmain, I haven't a clue.
How much are you going to pay me? I'll tell you the answer.
Our knowledge is not for sale.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's Yves Saint Laurent.
Oh.
What was the real first name of Coco Chanel?
Oh. Was it Gabrielle? I don't remember.
Go for it.
Oh, like Gabrielle. I don't
It was Gabrielle. And what was the name of Karl Lagerfeld's cat?
Oh, I can see it in my head, but I don't know the name. It's something silly. It's something like Mr. Sweet Paws or something like that. I don't know.
It's Choupette.
Oh,
Next starter question. Who is the current host of the Great British Bake Off alongside Noel Fielding?
Adam, Matt Lucas.
Adam, it was Adam with Matt Lucas. Elsie, you've got to stop. You're wasting time putting your hand in the air.
I said Elsie.
It's Adam by a nose. Yes, it is Matt Lucas. You get 3 questions on the periodic table.
Oh, crikey.
Oh, I wish my son was here.
What are the 2 letters for the element lead?
PB.
B.
Correct. Which element do the letters RF stand for?
I don't know.
RF.
RF.
Rutherfordium.
Correct.
Hey.
Are we about to see one of the greatest comebacks in the history of the University Challenge? Which element is represented by the letter W?
Is it tungsten, guys? I think it's tungsten.
No idea. Go for it.
Is it tungsten? He thinks it's tungsten. It's tungsten. Okay, next starter question. Whom, and I'll repeat that, whom is Reg Dwight better known as?
Jackie.
That was Jackie.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Oh, truth, my mind's gone a complete blank. Reg Dwight is... I've completely gone blank now. I know exactly who it is.
Don't worry.
I'm thinking.
Can Adam come in?
I'm afraid not, because you've buzzed, so I leave it for the other team.
Too much time. Okay.
Does anyone want to buzz in? You've got to buzz in.
Elsie?
You and
Elsie.
I think it's Elton John.
It is Elton John. That's correct.
Sorry, folks.
Sorry, Jackie.
That gives you 3 questions on Oxford colleges. Which college contains the Bridge of Sighs and is famous for having turned down an application from John Robbins in 1999? It's correct. It is Hertford College, a college which has yet to rid itself of the shame, in my opinion. Which college is the current Prime Minister of the UK, Boris Johnson, an alum of?
Balliol.
It is Balliol. And which college has its own deer park?
Motorway.
Yeah, I should have said, I pronounced that wrongly. I should have said Deer Park, not Deer Park, because a lot of colleges have parks. I'm sure they're quite dear. Starter for 10. What is the lowest number of darts that can be used to win a game of 501, finishing on a double or a bullseye?
Roma. 3.
No, it's not
Charlie.
3. Charlie.
9.
It is. It's a 9-dart finish. Your questions are on the House of Stuart. Question 1. Who was the first Stuart monarch of England?
It's James the First.
Yes. After the English Civil War, when Charles I was deposed, what title was given to Oliver Cromwell?
The Lord Protector.
Correct. Do you study history, guys?
I do.
No.
But Charlie doesn't.
I do classics.
All this in your head. And finally, who was the last Stuart monarch of England who was played by Olivia Colman in the film The Favourite?
Queen Anne.
Queen Anne. Great stuff. Okay, starter for 10. What is the proper name for your funny bone?
Humorous. Guggen, humorous.
It's not your humorous, Gergen, but I can see why you've gone there.
Oh.
Anyone want to buzz in from the students?
They all think it's humorous as well.
They do.
I did.
It's nothing to do with the humorous. It is the ulnar nerve.
Oh.
Starter for 10. In which town did Prince Charles and Camilla get married?
Oh, Elsie.
Correct. Yeah, Elsie.
Windsor.
It was Windsor. Very well done. Your 3 questions are on the British Labour Party. Who was the first Labour Prime Minister of the United Kingdom?
David Lloyd George.
Stanley Baldwin.
No.
I think.
Oh,
No, he was a Tory. No.
I think it's David Lloyd George.
No, Lloyd George was a Liberal. I think it was.
Yeah, he was a Liberal.
No,
go
not
for-
Tory.
I'd go for Ramsay MacDonald.
Okay, we'll take your answer.
It was Ramsay MacDonald. Who was the first leader of the Labour Party?
Keir Hardie.
Correct. And the British Labour Party logo features what symbol?
It's the rose, right?
Yes, it's a rose, the red rose. Next starter for 10. How many strings does a violin have?
Elsie.
Yes, Elsie.
4.
4 it does. Guys, I think you're all going to go on to be British Prime Ministers. This is quite extraordinary. Your bonus questions are from my list of emergency bonus questions. And we will go for... 3 questions on elephants. to the nearest 10, how many years on average does an African elephant live for?
Well, it's like 40 years, but I don't really know. What about
Yeah, I
you?
was going to say 40.
It's
Well, they
not.
have lo-
It's
Yeah, I
not
think-
40, guys. It's 70.
Oh,
To the nearest round number, how many muscles does an elephant have in its trunk? If you get this right, I will give £1 billion to St Anne's.
The ne-
£1
to the
billion
ne-
pounds.
to the nearest, what was it? 10?
Nearest rounded number, which
Rounded
is delightfully vague.
I've no idea. It's gonna be loads, isn't it?
40,000?
There's not 40,000. Not that.
40,000, that's insane. Or is it? I don't know. I don't know how many.
Like 200-ish. I don't know.
No, it's going to be higher than 200, but it's going to be lower than 40,000.
Maybe it has no bones. Maybe it's just all like a tongue. Because elephant skulls don't have like a trunk. They just have like a hole.
Why don't we say something like 2,000?
I think 0 is quite a good guess.
I think 0.
Oh, that is good, actually. Maybe.
I think it's 0.
It's not 0. It's 40,000.
You
You just cost St Anne's £1 billion.
Sorry, Ben.
40,000 muscles.
40,000 muscles. On average, how long are female elephants pregnant?
Oh, this is ages. It's like 2 years.
18 months. Actually, not putting in that.
It's like 18 months or 2 years, something like that. That's really long.
The answer is in months. I'll tell you that. How many months?
You know, Charlie, do you have an idea?
No, but I will say, based on last round, I actually kind of trust Viv's luck.
You really should.
Would you say 18?
Yeah, but that's quite a long time.
I think,
to
no,
have a
they're
real
present for
time.
ages though. 18 months.
It's 22 months.
Oh,
Imagine that. Imagine that. Finally, your final starter for 10. Which part of London is the notional centre of London from which motorway distances to London are measured? Jackie, yes.
Charing Cross.
Correct. Great answer to a great question, which I wrote because it's such a great question. Okay. Your 3 questions now are on ancient wonders of the world.
Oh, crumbs.
What is the only ancient wonder of the world left in existence?
Pyramids at Giza.
Yeah.
It is the pyramids at Giza, yes. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the oldest ancient wonder, but what was the youngest?
Was it the library at Alexandria that sank?
Ooh,
And
that
then
could
there was the
be-
Hanging Gardens of Babylon that would have been in that list. Do you know what else was in the list?
No,
I think the
I
library
wish
was
my
young.
11-year-old was there.
I think the library was younger than the Hanging
yeah.
Gardens,
Go
but
for
I
that,
don't know if
Becky.
it was a great wonder of the world. I think it might have been.
Surely.
Was it? Yeah, wasn't it the lighthouse, Alexandra? Am I imagining
right.
that?
No,
No, I might
just
be
had-
wrong.
I
Maybe
think
it is the library. I'm sure you know more than
No,
more
I'm
than I
not
do.
sure it's the library. I just know something sank.
Can we
And I
answer
think it was
like the
Alexandria.
monument in Alexandria?
I'm gonna need you to pick either library or lighthouse.
Can we say not in Alexandria?
You
Exactly.
can't, I'm afraid.
I'm
Go
saying
for
the answer. My
library if
Zoom
that was your
connection's not working.
gut reaction.
Go
Yeah, let's go
library.
library.
Oh, it was the lighthouse of Alexandria, but it's a 50-50. And finally, what city and island of the same name contained the Colossus?
City and island of the same name.
What's it? City and island.
Yeah, so
Oh,
that's
Same
going to
name.
be
Is it
something
Greek?
like
Was
The
it?
Greek
is
one.
it? Was it Rhodes? No.
Oh, hang on. I think it was Rhodes.
Was it Rhodes?
go for that.
It is Rhodes. You're correct. And that's the final question of the quiz, and we can head back to Jason for the final scores and a fundraising update.
Sorry, I've never counted so fast in my life. So for that round, the alumni team got 45 and the students 100. Overall,
Wow.
the alumni team got 170 and the student team 375. Also, just to give you an update on our target, we've just had notification of a last-minute donation, which has taken us to £200,241 beginning day. Thank you to
incredible.
everyone.
Thank you
Great.
so much, everyone, for giving so generously to such a wonderful college. It's been a pleasure to host this for you this evening. Thank you to all of our guests. Thank you to Roma and Jackie, Vivian and Elsie, Gergen, Ewan, Adam and Charles. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.